Okay, good morning, everybody. So today I'm here to talk about a website called TryHackMe. Um, just a moment.
All right, everybody, just a couple minutes and we will get started. I need to take care of one quick thing.
Okay, so now that we are 11 minutes, 12 minutes into the stream, let's see if we can actually go ahead and get started today. Sorry, with COVID and having kids at home, there can be a little bit of challenge. So anyways, today I'm going to talk about TryHackMe. This is a platform that I've heard a lot of great things about. I've watched a lot of videos on. I haven't actually gone through any of them myself. Lately I've been working on CyberStart Game, which is a CTF that I'm participating in. And I've done some Hack the Box and VulnHub. Haven't really played around with TryHackMe, so I figured for this stream today we'd go ahead and get started. So it's like Hack the Box, where you can download or access VMs and go through them, but it's a lot more learning based from my understanding. So you can deploy your own private machines, objective-based tasks, use browser-based machines to learn anytime, anywhere, and rooms are virtual areas dedicated to topics. So it's a little more structured, from my understanding, than Hack the Box. So we'll go ahead and give it a shot. So let's go ahead and log in. I already made an account, but tryhackme.com is the website. All right, so I am not a subscriber. Um, I can subscribe for 10 bucks, 20 bucks, or 20% off if I'm a student. That's great. But we're going to go ahead and go to the getting started section here and see how that looks. And if you guys are in the chat and you guys have any issues with seeing my screen, maybe my bitrate might be turned down a little bit, please speak up in the chat and tell me if you can't read what I'm doing. So first section is OpenVPN. There's different rooms basically that kind of walk you through getting started. So today I'd like to at least do the OpenVPN, and maybe we'll get started on the Linux challenges. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so this is a guide to connecting to the network using OpenVPN. And so you see how it's very task-based oriented. So task 1, connecting to our network. So we have to download the OpenVPN GUI open source application, import our VPN configuration file, and you have to connect to their network with a VPN. So first go to the access page and download the VPN configuration file, and then read the task that is suited for your computer. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and switch into my hacking box. It's a Kali Linux box, and we'll go log in to TryHackMe on that. So this is Kali Linux. This is running 2019.3. This is a version that was recommended by the Cyber Mentor for his course, Practical Ethical Hacking. They don't recommend updating at this point in that course, simply because the newer version requires you to use sudo for all your commands, and some of the stuff just doesn't quite work right yet. So I am using, this is a very base install of 2019.3. There's nothing changed from the download of it. Honestly, I haven't even updated the system yet. So let's go ahead and get logged in. And now we'll go back to these rooms. Okay, yeah, cookies, nobody cares. Okay, so getting started, OpenVPN. So here we go. Okay, so first task again is go to the access page and download the VPN configuration file. So open that in a new tab. And download my configuration file. Okay, so save. Okay, so that's in downloads. Yep, show it in the folder. Okay, so there's my OpenVPN file. In my Kali box, I'm not nearly as organized as I would be in other places, so I'm just gonna throw that. Just gonna try and throw that out on the desktop. There we go. Okay. Great, so I've got the OpenVPN thing downloaded. So we'll go back to the room. Read the task. No, firstly go to the access page and download your VPN configuration file. Then read the task that is suited for your computer. Okay, so we have completed downloading that. Fantastic. Task is complete. And a lot of these tasks, as you go through them, will tell you, hey, you have to put in a flag or put in some word that you have to find so that it knows that you've successfully done the task. Okay, so we're connecting with Linux. So first is download OpenVPN. So that sounds like a good plan to get started. So sudo apt install OpenVPN. And while we wait for that, so if you go through the Practical Ethical Hacking course, they talk a lot about different services in Kali that you can run. Really, before you start doing a lot of this stuff, it'd be good to have a good background in networking. Good to have a good background in Linux, especially. I feel like that's even more important than networking. And then it wouldn't be a bad idea to at least get some entry-level understanding of a programming language. If you're new to this, I recommend Python as a great tool. Python is wonderful for kind of giving you it's an easy to pick up language. It's interpreted, so you don't have to run a compiler every time you change your code. And it's what a lot of people use for scripting and hacking. Again, all the knowledge that we're going to cover in the course, please only use for ethical purposes. I claim no liability for you using it for anything else. And if you come to our Discord server on ur-hacker, ur-hackr.com, if you drop in our Discord server, same rules kind of apply. We are there to teach kind of ethical practices only, nothing else. Okay, so we finished installing the VPN file. So now we need to locate the full path. So we'll just go out to our desktop. And there's my OpenVPN file. So sudo openvpn / file name. And I don't know why this version of Kali doesn't want to do tab completion, but there we go. Error opening configuration file. Oh, probably because I need a dot there. Okay. Initialization sequence completed. That's it. You should be successfully connected. So I'm going to say we are. We're not going to use it without a VPN that's paid feature anyways, but it looks like you can deploy a Kali Linux machine online and play with it in your browser and then do all the hacking stuff from there. So last one is we'll check we're connected. Green tick next to connected on the network information table on the access page. Okay, so let's open a new tab. Yep, we are connected. Great, there's my real public IP address. Please don't try hacking my router, I won't like it. And there's my internal virtual address on the network. Fantastic, okay. So now, deploy the machine on this task. Verify you're connected by deploying a machine and accessing its website. Okay, so let's go deploy. Okay, so we'll wait a few minutes for it to become accessible. Oh, and it looks like for this task, when they kind of give you the machine, it gives you a set amount of time. So we'll give it a couple minutes for it to boot up here. Okay, so now it says, hey, go to that machine's IP, and can we see a website? So again, I'm going to open this in a new tab. Okay, so this is an example of a task where you have a flag that you have to put in to show that you completed it. So I have deployed a virtual machine on TryHackMe's network, and I am connecting to port 80 on that machine, the default port for HTTP, HTML. And here is a flag. And it says for this task, what is the flag? And it kind of gives me a format in case I'm not sure. So we'll paste and submit. Boom. And our answer is correct. Okay, so we are done with our first room for accessing TryHackMe. Fantastic. So the biggest thing that we really need to remember coming out of this is this command here. So I'm going to just go ahead and keep that in the text editor. We'll just call it connecting to TryHackMe. All right. Save you. I'll just save it on in my documents and try and be a little bit organized. TryHackMe connection. I really don't have any kind of feelings for my Kali VM. I have the downloaded VM still zipped from their website, and if I run into problems with it, I don't save any important data in it. I don't save my notes from hacking in it or anything, or from penetration testing, so I really feel free to just kind of burn it and start over whenever I need to, but I'll try and be a little more organized. One other thing today I'd like to go over with you guys is just show you what I use for note-taking, and then we'll move on to some of the Linux challenges. So for note-taking, two things. So here is Microsoft OneNote. Kind of neat. You can make different notebooks, and then you can sort them into tabs, and then you can sort it into subtabs, and then pages in those subtabs. So here I was going through the practical ethical hacking course. These are kind of the 5 phases or stages of ethical hacking. And then one other piece I'd like to show you guys really quick, and we'll just play around in here. So screenshots. So screenshots are how I remember what I'm doing when I'm doing penetration testing for report writing. I'll take a screenshot of a command I ran on the screen that shows me a given vulnerability, and I'll just paste it into my notebook. And then when I write my report, I can just open up that tab on my notebook, and I can see that screenshot, and it'll kind of jog my memory. Plus, it provides proof. I'll include the screenshots in the reports. So I use a program called GreenShot. This is the icon for it down here in the lower right, where it's blocked, of course, by my camera. But that's what it looks like. That's the screenshot that shows up in my system tray. Once it's installed, you can map screenshot keys to it to take a screenshot of a whole window or whatever you'd like. I'll just show you really quick. So here is my Kali box, and as long as I'm not clicked inside of it, I can hit print screen. And you see now, maybe you're not, I can kind of drag, and I don't know why you're not seeing my cursor, but anyways, I can drag over a given region, takes a screenshot. I can open it in the GreenShot image editor, which is a great tool. So here's what my screenshot looks like. You know, if I want to draw a rectangle around a given thing. So let's say I want to show the command I use to connect. So I can draw a screenshot around that thing. Great. Maybe I want to hide that I'm using root or some username or some password that you don't really want to put in the report. So there's an obfuscate tool. So you can go and obfuscate, we'll say I want to obfuscate this root. So I'll just drag over it and boom, that's obfuscated. So that's kind of a pretty neat tool for that. And you can play with the kind of how far it obfuscates. And there's other ways you can draw boxes around the outside. It's some pretty neat stuff here. So I can resize, I can crop. So if I want to get rid of that scroll bar, I can do that. Okay, so some pretty cool stuff. And then once I'm done here, I'll just say yes to that, and I'll go and um, copy this back to my clipboard, and I'll go over to OneNote, and we'll just click over here and paste, and there you go. And I'll save my screenshots for my report writing. So as I go through later lessons here, I'm going to go through Chioptrix, which is a beginner VM that you can download off VulnHub. That's kind of the first one. I'll take you all the way through the stages of ethical hacking from beginning to end. We'll scan it, we'll enumerate, and then we'll penetrate and get a root access on that machine. I'll do my report as we go with that. I'll show you kind of what my note-taking process looks like, and you guys can see. And then future plans for this stream. Really, I'm going to be starting a new certification here soon. It's by a company called eLearn Security. I'm being sponsored to take the certification, and I'll give more details when I can. But there's an awesome organization that I'm a part of that, as long as I'm writing and blogging about the course, they've agreed to sponsor me through the course. eLearn Security has partnered with them to pay for it, so it's a win-win for all of us. They get to use my blog posts. eLearn Security will as well, and we'll kind of get everyone some publicity a little bit for it. Up-and-coming company, eLearn Security is a great certification company. From everything I've seen, it's very practical, very hands-on, very realistic to what you're going to do as a penetration tester. So that's kind of where it's at. So as soon as I get access to that to show you guys, I'm going to do a lot of that streaming. I'm going to verify with them, of course, first that I'm not pushing the bounds of showing people their content, but as long as I'm not, maybe I could just stream the labs and probably not the course material, but that's the plan. Obviously, I won't be able to stream my final certification exam, but I'll definitely write about it and share it with all of you. So anyways, let's keep going a little bit. Don't feel like I'm done yet for the day, or even for this stream. I'll be off and on a few times today. But anyways, so we connected, we deployed that machine. What is next? So we'll go back to the dashboard maybe. Where were we? It wasn't paths. Oh, getting started. Here we go. So OpenVPN still says we don't have all the tasks complete because we weren't using different operating systems. I'm going to mark off the rest of these as saying, hey, we did it, just because I'm kind of a completionist. I'm going through that capture the flag right now, and I feel the same way about that. Like, there's 3 different rooms that you have to compete through, and I can't even bring myself to move on to room 2 and 3 because I'm stuck on room 1 and I haven't gotten through it yet. Okay, so there we go. We've completed the guide to connecting. So now we'll go back to the dashboard, and let's move on to some Linux challenges. This will be a little bit more fun, hopefully. So here we go. Getting started. 1 out of 5 rooms complete. So Linux challenges. 0 out of 39 questions. Okay. Yep. More advertising. A lot more advertising. Okay, so I don't want to subscribe. Maybe I clicked the wrong thing. Or maybe I just need to subscribe. I don't know. Linux challenges. Maybe that's a paid room. Blue. Let's see if we can do blue. So it looks like blue's for blue. You need to subscribe to see this video. However, you can complete the room for free. So it's a little bit longer of a challenge. I was gonna save that for its own video. Kind of frustrated that I can't do the Linux challenges. Vulnerability. Learn about active recon web app attacks and privilege escalation. I really can't do the Linux challenges, huh? Okay. Well, I am going to download a few tools. I'm going to update my Linux box. I'm going to quit this process. And while I am doing those things, so sudo apt-get update. And then apt-get upgrade. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade all the stuff on my Kali box today, and I'll look at kind of some of these rooms. Maybe I will just get the subscription today. It's only $8 a month, so we can go through. One more thing, if we go to this complete beginner enroll-in path, again, I have to be subscribed. Okay, so they have some paths that you can do. Complete beginner, I'll walk you through some web app security, some network security, basic Linux and scripting, OSCP preparation. Again, the cert that I'm going to be starting is called Penetration Testing Student for Me Learn Security. It walks you through a lot more. OSCP is very open-ended. I did go through their curriculum. I am not certified as an OSCP yet, but I have gone through their curriculum and I still have it. I'm doing PTS first and kind of postponing my OSCP challenge because OSCP is very open-ended. They don't give you a lot of help. When you get stuck, it's sorry, try harder, which is a great philosophy of never give up, kind of fight your way through. If you can't figure stuff out, really just kind of try harder. But for somebody who's entering the field and doesn't have a lot of knowledge, it's not the best way to start, in my opinion. I did enjoy it a lot, and I learned a ton, but I'd really think that most people would like this hands-on kind of gamified learning, this practical learning, but a little bit more structured as you start. So I'm going to go ahead and update my box right now, my Kali box, and I am going to kind of click around and TryHackMe and look at some subscription options and see. And then I think that I'm going to dedicate the stream this week to kind of this beginner path if I stay subscribed here. We'll go through that. I'm going to need to have a subscription to TryHackMe anyways for a couple of the courses I'm doing. I'm doing a course on practical ethical hacking from the cyber mentor Heath Adams. I'm also doing a Windows privilege escalation course, both of them while I'm waiting for my eLearn Security PTS course to start. So I'll probably subscribe out today. Anyways, let's go ahead and then let these boxes update. If you have a Kali box of your own, apt-get update will give you a downloaded list of packages that are most recent, and then upgrade will actually upgrade the tools that you have on your box. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out in Discord, reach out in the chat here, or you can go to my website, which I will put in the chat right now, and leave a comment. That's all for this stream, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks.